Authorities this afternoon scrambling to find the source of the cholera outbreak in Hammanskraal. The Tshwane Finance MMC's budget, though, has been disrupted by the EFF, and it's all about the money at this point. The EFF ultimately walking out of chambers. Pule Letshwiti-Jones is there for us. He's watching what's happening, and this just a short while ago. Hello to you, Pule. So the EFF walking out, so I imagine at what is just after 4 o'clock, nothing has actually happened.
Well, this is nothing new, Gareth. You know, when there's council sitting here, it always descends into chaos where we witness a lot of politicking that takes place inside the session. This budget speech was supposed to be delivered around 10 a.m. already. It's now 4 p.m. and nothing has been done by the MMC of Finance, Peter Sutton. The EFF walked out of council accusing the DA of disrespecting the rules of council, saying that the party actually disseminating the budget speech through various social media platforms, including WhatsApp, was undermining the rule of council and other councillors as well. And therefore they decided to walk out. The ANC also has requested that the MMC apologize, which the MMC has refused to do, and they've also threatened to collapse this council. In fact, what I can tell you right now is that we have adjourned for 15 minutes. In the next 15 minutes, we will know if this council will proceed with the budget speech being presented before some of the councillors, which is a quite important item because it speaks to the monies that must be used for the Hammanskraal water crisis, which we've been seeing, which where there was a cholera outbreak right now, which has claimed about 17 lives. The mayor earlier on said that set aside 450 million for the Rooiwal water project, but the MMC must detail how that money would be used for that project. But to speak to us now to get reaction, I'm joined by a community member representing the Lotus and of course Atteridgeville communities, who's in council monitoring the proceedings. Tshwane Mahlangu, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Now, what I was telling Gareth, what we're seeing now is nothing new. Actually, residents are quite frustrated. They're wondering what will happen. They're relying on this council to function so service delivery can be prioritized. Just a reaction.
Our reaction is that we are very furious about this politicking. I mean, they are politicizing issues. I mean, for first and foremost, the state capture companies have been implicated in the missing millions, which are supposed or aimed at resolving that issue at Rooiwal. I mean, it's two decades now. People of Hammanskraal have been struggling for 2 decades. It's not something that happened yesterday. I don't know whether those people were supposed to be an experiment of some sort for the political parties to stand up and electioneer, because now they are campaigning about the death of our beloved brothers and sisters. People are busy dying. They are busy wrestling for power. They want to be seen as doing something. Why were they quiet in the past decade? Why were they quiet last year? Because they knew that Hammanskraal has got an issue. Actually, the whole of capital city has got an issue with service delivery. Money keeps on missing. The millions keeps on missing. Recently, I've seen a report where Denmark Republic given city of Tshwane, Celia Brink, 33 million rands for a mere experiment, not solving the issue or being directed to the people. So I see we are so disappointed as the organization that represents. Alaska is actually now representing the whole townships of Tshwane, the aggrieved ratepayers.
How's the mood like on the ground with the community members?
People are very furious. I'm very furious because I also personally have got my own family members who are staying in Hammanskraal. We didn't hear from the media. We heard from the people on the ground. The people are so furious. But the most important thing, people are not stupid. I'm just warning the political parties. We are not stupid. Don't politicize this issue. Don't use this as a campaign for 2024. All the political parties have failed dismally to resolve this issue. All what they do is money. That is missing, no accountability.
Do you think 450 million would be enough? Do you think the city still now needs to outsource and get more loans to try and fix the issue of Rooiwal? Because, you know, there's been allegations around one company, which you mentioned was implicated in state capture, which received close to 300 million to fix phase 1 of the Rooiwal water project, but nothing has been done. We've seen how there's been issues around the irregular expenditure in the city to the tune of about 10 billion. Still nothing has been done. You think think these are some of the problems you're speaking about, whereby will the money be enough for that Rooiwal water project?
You can give them 100 billion. No money is enough for these thieves, because they'll keep on stealing this money. For theirs is just to steal. They're going to loot this money. We are just experiments or projects for these political parties. So they can give them 100 billion Pule today. I'm telling you, 8 months down the line, nothing will be done because there's no accountability. There's a lot of maladministration and incompetency from these political parties.
Are you confident with the leadership of the mayor that they will try and do something? Because he says he'll be meeting with government. This is something that has never been done. Government did say previously that the previous mayor, Randall Williams, was not cooperative in terms of helping them to try and assist the residents of Hammanskraal. Do you think Celia Brink this time around will try and work with the national government to resolve this issue?
Let's wait and see. With politicians, I've never trusted any politician. I just give them benefit of a doubt, because both the national government is not DA. So these are two different parties from different camps. We don't know how it's going to work out, because honestly, somebody will have to win, because for them it's all about winning the battle to solve that problem. They want to be emerging victoriously in solving the problem of Hammanskraal. So let's wait and see. After that meeting, I'll comment, because for now, it's just a lip service. I mean, all what we hear, it's a lip service from these people. We don't see anything coming from these people materializing. I mean, now they are recouping that 10 billion. You know how they are recouping it? They're in townships, disconnecting people. All the grannies and grant recipients have been disconnected. They are fast-tracking this Tshwane thing. They are fast-tracking this grid, which is going to collapse very soon by ESCOM. They are now going to townships. The DA administration is doing that. So they are saying the people are scapegoats. Actually, whatever is happening here, somebody is allowed to steal, and the people on the ground will be the one who's footing the wrong bill. So we are saying no one in the capital city must actually stand for this, sorry, my friends, for this nonsense that is taking place. No one must allow the disconnection to take place, because we are not scapegoats. This administration will face fierce resistance from us, because they must first account on that missing 10 billion. That 10 billion is missing, and no one is taking accountability for that. A granny cannot take accountability for that. I cannot. Personally, as Tsapo Matlangu, I'm not going to take that nonsense from any administration coming to our townships. They must just know that the shit will hit the fan.
Is there a shutdown taking place tomorrow in Hammanskraal?
The shutdown is definitely taking place, and we are in solidarity with them. So we are not going to close streets in Atteridgeville yet, but we are waiting eagerly for this thing to happen, this stupid action to take place. But that shutdown is going to go on and go on, because we are going to mobilize more people in the whole regions of Tshwane. All the townships must take steps, because the money keeps on missing.
Thank you very much. That's Tshwane Mahlangu, representing communities in Pretoria, firstly. And of course, apologies for that derogatory term that was used there. But he says that most residents on the ground are fuming. And this comes just a day before that national shutdown, where we understand is expected to take place in Hammanskraal tomorrow for the next 2 days. We're still waiting to see, Gareth, what will be said by the MMC for finance here in Tshwane, to see how that money will be used to try and improve the lives of people in Hammanskraal, particularly with this persisting water crisis. But most importantly, if that budget speech will indeed be delivered, if the ANC will listen to what has to be said, or if they walk out and collapse council, if this will yield any results. We continue to see this kind of chaos brewing in the city of Tshwane Council, and of course we'll be giving you an update as the Metro Council unfolds in terms of whether that budget speech has been delivered or not.
And do we get any sense if it hasn't been delivered while you and I have been talking, Pule, and of course welcome to live television. Every now and then a swear word does fit in. We do apologize for that, of course. Will this carry on into the night? Because now we're hearing about the shutdown in Hammanskraal. Residents have had enough. They just need someone to make some kind of decision. I imagine this could be a late night for you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. We're expecting it to be a late night. I mean, this is not the first time we've witnessed this. You'd remember when the mayor had to be elected, we spent days here in terms of that process having to unfold. The budget speech, of course, hasn't been delivered while I've been chatting to you and the guests right now. In fact, they had adjourned for a 15-minute caucus break. But I see right now the councillors are heading back into the session, so we will be waiting to hear what the message is from the Speaker as to whether the proceedings will continue or whether these proceedings will be postponed to another day where the budget speech will be delivered.